Eyes cannot open. I'll first state that in nearly every dream I have, I am more than capable of simply opening my eyes at any time during the dream and forcing myself awake. I rarely do this, but when I do, the results are instant and usually satisfactory. I'll also explain the term false awakening. This is when you wake from a single dream into another dream. This can be confusing. Now, as my nightmare began, I was inside of a school and had just left it. My boyfriend was with me, and we were walking and joking around. We proceeded apace and the school began to disappear, us being in a different setting. This being a dream, and in fact, a dream that I could believe was lucid, I could easily handle this. What I could not handle was what soon happened after. While I was in the new setting, which was simply a suburban town, my boyfriend ceased to exist and I simply walked along, being oblivious to his absence. This was intentional, but I feel like I began losing control of the dream at this point. I was hit by a sudden feeling of great danger, and my chest was hit with a great pain. This passed after a few seconds, though I feel that I may or may not have had control afterwards. Some thought or being told me in words that I was currently dreaming. I already knew this and I accepted it. They continued to say that in real life, I was currently in an ambulance and being carried to the hospital for a heart attack. I was told that if I woke up, I would die from a heart attack instantly. I believed this entirely, for it was my mind telling me it was so, and my mind saw fit to believe it. The only issue was, when I die in a dream, I wake up. My nightmare so began to attempt to kill me. Trees swirled and I felt the pain as they tore my arm open, crashing by. I fled, and I could only control parts of my dream. That was the part I was intensely focused on. I manipulated the dream. I tried to make it better, but I couldn't leave it. I believed, and still do in a way, that if I had woken up, I would die. I feared death more than anything at all. The dream went further. Suddenly, I was watching people I know being killed by frightful things. Fire sprouted from nothingness, and I caught a flame only to be put out by my mind. A flood was parallel to me, crashing through the buildings and was about to hit me and kill me. I couldn't let myself die. If I died, I would die. So I ran, and I manipulated the dream further. A tornado began to chase me, then a second one. I managed to deal with one, but the second one hit me as I began screaming as the pain went over my body, and I truly felt the pain. I was thrown into the air and slammed into a house, my limbs being torn from my body, and my body breaking as I died. I then experienced what was the scariest moment of my life, and that of which I remember so clearly, even now. As I awoke from the dream, having died, I didn't wake into my room. I experienced a false awakening and awoke inside of an ambulance. My chest was burning, and I was trying to scream, but I couldn't make a sound. I was in so much pain, and I feared dying so badly. Everything I saw was a tinted dark red, and black dots began to appear over my vision and widen. I was terrified. I still am. My thoughts of that dream were not about me. They were about my boyfriend. I suppose he must have liked that, though I've never told it to him. I awoke from that dream with my chest hurting into real life. My heart was beating rapidly. I was drenched in sweat, and the very first thing I did was turn and bite the pillow, screaming into it and not screaming simultaneously. My chest hurt so badly for a few minutes before subsiding. My left arm was sore for the day, and I've experienced nothing scarier. Today, I still think that dream came closer to killing me in real life than anything, including a tree that slammed into my room. That dream haunts me when I think about it, and it remains to be the only dream to have had me have a mental breakdown, and even multiple. That night, I cried and cried. I screamed and I was in pain. When I later related it with my boyfriend, who was more than surprised at me being sensitive instead of the cold, unfeeling vessel I usually behave like, I cried to him. It hurt me so badly, and scared me so badly. I'm still terrified that the last thoughts I had when I truly believed myself to be dying was not of me, but of him. Make of that what you will. We cried together and discussed death and the other dying. I have a tendency to have dreams recur. I never, ever want that one to. I would be too terrified, too scared. I am too terrified and too scared. I don't want it to happen. It makes me scared to this day.